All right, good morning, good evening, whatever it is where you're at. Today we're going to be back testing the um, previous day close strategy. Pretty simple, kind of self explanatory there. Basically, we're going to mark out the high, or we're going to mark out the previous day close at 6 p.m. I'm sorry, 5 p.m. I'm just going to mark it out with this here fancy blue line. And then you hear Max drinking out of his bowl, I'm sure. Perfect timing by Max, right? Perfect timing. And then essentially we are going to just take the first test of that level after 9:45. So, after the 9, kind of like let a little volatility calm down and that sort of thing. So, and I do think I might try it with a 2R here. So I may try doing it with a 2R. I have been actually, we'll stick to the 1R for this back test. We'll change to a 2R if we need to, kind of going forward. So let's go ahead and get this bar replay going. And we're not trading right now. Obviously, this is just a back test. So I am doing this live, just in case some people want to watch. What's up, Jim? You came to see the Coke can strat? Yeah, I knew you'd be here for it. I knew it. I knew it. I'm already 15 days in on back testing this, and looking pretty decent so far. You're only getting about 3 trades per week or something like that on this particular strategy. So you're not getting a trade every day on it. So you can see I got my order placed in there. Now I have no idea if there's news this day. I just placed my order once we get past 10 a.m. If there's FOMC or something, that'll be pretty obvious. Or if there's a bond auction, we'll just probably take the loss on it in the back test. But that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We already traded earlier today. We were up. We blew one account, and then we were up, I don't even know, $300 or something in the other. So basically, you put the order on, you just leave it there. And once we get to the murder bot, we take it off. So we're not tagged in by 350, we take it off. Like I said, it's about 3 trades per week. Right now, running at about an 80% win rate with a 1R. I have already seen the results, and I can already tell you that we should probably be trading this with more than a 1R. I think 2R will be ideal scenario for this type of trade. All right, we're past 3 o'clock here, so let's pay attention. We don't want it to get to the murder bot and tag us in. So yeah. All right. So no trade that day. Let's move on to the next. And all we're doing is just taking the 5 p.m. close. That's it. That's all we're doing. As you can see here, 5 p.m. close right there. I'm just trying to get right on the line there. I think I'm a little above it. And I don't know if there's an indicator on here that actually would mark that out for me. There may be. So, yeah, David, Oracle will be on with me tomorrow for the New York session. So, and again, we're not taking this in the first, if it comes straight down and tags it, we're not taking it before 9:45. Now, obviously, right there it would have won, but it's just too much volatility to be taking it during that time, in my opinion. And right here, I didn't even know if I'll take it again. Like there's the 945 touch. I'm not even taking that one. It needs to be kind of, you know, after the volatility. So kind of dies down a little bit. So if we get another touch here, we'll take it. Francis, we're back testing the previous day close. So this is the previous day close at 5 p.m. So when the market actually closes, we're just looking for a 10-point bounce off of the close, off this level, after 9:45 a.m. So it's just a kind of a gap fill strategy, right? That's all it is. So as soon as we kind of, you know, we'll just go ahead and watch it and see if it once it gets close, if it gets close to it, we'll pause it and watch it just to see how it plays out in real time. The strategy is only yielding about 3 trades per week, so not always getting those levels, you know. So it's going to be 5 p.m. Eastern time, Francis, the last candle of the day before the market actually closes. The close of that candle, 5 p.m. Eastern. Now, it's important to note it's not the high or the low of that candle. It is the close of that candle. And I'll show you in a moment. Because it does not look like we're going to get a trade this day either. This is what Husk has been trading. He's the one who told me about it. I don't know where he heard about it, but obviously it's a level, right? It's not, you know, it's not rocket science by any stretch. But if it can give you a 2R and still maintain a 70% win rate, it's going to be pretty solid. All right, so no trade back-to-back days. That kind of sucks. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So next day open, I was going to find it. So this candle here, where's the line at? Let me pull the line down here. So if you can see, this line indicates where the candle actually closed. So you can see the body of the candle there. So that green kind of perforated line there indicates where the candle actually closed. And then we're going to wait. We don't want to take this trade. Like I said, so this is a gap fill basically. If it comes straight down here, it fills the gap, right? That's the idea. But I want to wait until like after 9:45. I don't really want to be taking it before that, because like you take it before that, the volatility is so high that it's just going to, you know, it's not really going to hold those levels at the volatility's that high. So we may actually get a trade this day. I will take this trade off if this does not trigger before 10 a.m. because I don't know if there's news. Yeah, we just got wrecked. I mean, that's just wreckage. Didn't even attempt to bounce. On that one. All right. Let's see here. We'll play it a little more. We will take it again if it retests it again. So we'll let it play out and see how the day goes. All right, we'll go ahead and throw another level, throw another order up here. Boom. Place the order. There we are. And let's see if we get tagged in on it. I like to slow it down as it gets close and kind of zoom in on it a little bit and do it bar by bar. Wow. I mean, how do we not get tagged in right there? It misses by a tick? Crazy. Now the question is, do we take it again? I don't know. Probably not. Missed us. I think we just move on. I think that tells you just to move on. Get out of there. Is that thing straight? I don't think it is. Why did I do Ray? Extended line. Oh, come on. They'll make it where I have to do it. Which one was I using? Horizontal Ray? There we go. Better. Alright, let's get it playing. Let's see what we get. Price is just hanging down there lower. After 10 o'clock here. Doesn't look like we're going to play this day either. Unless we get some movement. I mean, we're what, 200 points away from it right now? Get a little lunchtime push up. Little reversal, if you will. Yeah, I started the back testing, was going well, so I was like, all right, let's fire up the stream so you guys can watch it. And then as soon as I fire up the stream, the first one loses, right? That's how she goes. We're not taking the trade after like 345 area. You're going to get back into high volatility once you get into that range. Doesn't look like this is even going to give us an opportunity here. Yep, there we go, 340. Nope, never came back to it. There's the close. On to the next. All right. Let's get this going. You see it bounced off there twice. That's one I might. No, it's not 945 yet. You see, like this day, it's holding it nicely 3 times already. You're really looking for the volatility to be a little less here. All right. We'll take the next hit if we get it. Just moving away from it. Kind of feels bad. It had that second bounce at like 943, but it's just too early. Too much volatility to be trying to take it right there. All right, we're getting close now, so we can go ahead and put on our position. Let's long it. Boom. Boom. Get a little bit closer so we can see. Two times came very close to it there. Tagged in and lost. Wow. That's the first back-to-back loser I've seen since I started doing it. Well, bound to happen. Bound to happen. All right, let's start it up. Again, before 9:45, so you're not going to mess with it. Close to 10 here, so I won't put it on yet. Wait till after 10. Yeah, nope, no need. Might be another no trade day here. This is kind of the importance of backtesting, knowing what R you should go for, right? Because if you didn't backtest it, you would have no idea whether it should be 1R, 2R, 3R, 4R, whatever the case may be. Or if it's even something you want to take, right? So man, it looks like it might not even be a trade today again. Another trade, no trade day. Yeah, maybe it's going to push. Again, once we get kind of to the MOC there around 345, we're just not going to look to take the trade. I don't think it's going to offer us an opportunity. Nope. Hey, yo. What up, Mad Moxie? Where'd our blue bar go? Let's steal it. If it loses again, I may just have to throw this strategy in the garbage. You know what I mean? No, I'm just kidding. Nothing's going to win every time. I know we'd like to think that, but it's just not the case. We'd like to think that exists, but it really doesn't. Again, that touches before 9:45. It's probably going to work, but I mean, the rules are the rules. I can't take it. Well, that one's after 9:45. I guess I could have taken that one. Ah, darn it. I missed it. Now you know what will happen is if I put the order on now, it'll lose again. That's one that I should, 630. I mean, that paid almost freaking like 40 points. If this one loses, it's my fault, guys. It's my fault. Okay? This one will be my fault. My fault. Because I should have already. And I'm not going to take it. I don't know if there's news at 10 a.m., so I'm going to take the order off. Yeah, I'm going to go to the next day. I'm not fading it. I just didn't take it. Oh, goodness. Why did I not take... I don't know why I didn't put the order on there. Literally 3 trades there that... Well, I wouldn't have taken... You'd only take one of them anyway, but still, it's annoying. Where's that blue bar at? That's the backtesting error. Now, you're not really fading it, so you're looking for it to be support or resistance, for instance. So, like, if price is below it, we are looking for it to continue lower. If price is above it, we're looking for it to be support. That's all you're doing. So we're taking it from the previous day close, and then we're simply going to the New York Open and waiting for price to play off of it. But we want it to be after 9:45. All right, let me see what time this is. 2 more candles. I'm just going to go ahead and put the order on this time so we don't miss it. May as well, right? And then we'll take it off before 10. All right, let's zoom in here so we can get a look-see. See, I don't like that bounce, but there we go. It's just mechanical. What's going on, slow boy? What's going on? On to the next day. On to the next day. Where is my blue? Make sure it's on there, the right spot. Next day. And let's play. I don't know where the bar is. It's up top. I kind of like the days where it plays after 10 a.m. I feel like just what I'm seeing, those are the better. When the play is after 10 a.m., it works better, but we are not coming back to it, doesn't look like. We are 250 points below it right now. Holy cow. Good old Trump market. All right, close enough now. Put our order on. Still 50 points away, but close enough. So we don't miss it. Boom, boom, boom. I put the order on thinking it would just go to it. Pause. 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 Let's zoom in. Oh, tagged in, tagged out. Now, one thing I will say, now obviously it doesn't matter here, about some of this backtesting is, you know, the stops during a certain portion of this market, the stops were like 10 points is not going to work, right? Some portion, I've said this before when I was doing the 50 back test and the other ones. Like there's a reason that I went away from the 10-point stop at some point in February. Because it was too tight, just didn't work. I use a rhythmic slow boy on Bulenox there. Rhythmic it is. Not making any excuses for it. It's just the truth. At some point, the ATR on the 1 minute was like 50 points. I mean, you know, 40 points. Very difficult to use a 10-point stop during that time. But we're going to back test it anyway and see. That's kind of how you determine your stops and your take profits. All right, let's stop it there. Let's get our position on. I mean, like even this day, you can see like 10 points. Very, very small, 497. Yeah, I guess it doesn't look too bad on this day, but still. Tagged in, tagged out. Beautiful. Next day it is. The next day for you. Again, all you're just looking for is just a reaction. Now, I don't see anything wrong with Project X there, Slowboy. I think if you're looking to use Project X, fine. Did have issues last week, I believe. I don't know if that was on Bulenox or not, though. I'm not sure if Bulenox had the same problems or not. See, this is during that time we were having those big overnight moves, too. Yeah, I don't want to make this too long of a video, but we're going to do a few more here. And because we will post this as a video as well. What up, Mr. Ponzi? Crash time again? I don't know. I don't even have the actual market pulled up. Don't even have it pulled up. I got no clue. Pretty obvious this is not going to hit this level. It's like 500 points away from it. On to the next day. Let's move this down here just in case. Yeah, see, I had a feeling it was just going to close in that range. There we go. Nice news candle, looks like that morning. Nice news candle. Gonna need some movement away from that level. I don't know, man. See, that one is like, I mean, it did happen at 950. Yeah, I mean, I guess I probably should have taken that one. I almost feel like I've missed it already, and that I really shouldn't even put this on here. Probably shouldn't, but what the heck. I don't know if that won or lost. I think it went up first and then down, so I do think it did win. But that really should have been the entry. I missed it. Backtester error once again. No Coke, Pepsi, cheese, boogie. Boogie cheese. Yay. Where'd my blue line go? I mean, is it really that far gone? Alright, I guess we'll put another one. 472. I just didn't want to have a bunch of blue lines on here. Still not after 945. Now it is. Okay, we'll put the order on now, so we'll take it. I don't want to miss it, just in case it happens. We shall take it. Oh my God, guys, that was news. That was so lucky. That was a news candle. Well, we had one that I missed, and then we have one that we got lucky on, so I'd say we're even. Even Steven. I don't know who Steven is, but, you know, we're there. 401. So it's like 300 points above it right now. Is it going to go for the gap fill? All right, we're getting close there, about 70 points away. Woof. All right, we're going to put it on there. Pray for us here, pray for us. It is at the 400 level, which, you know, hey, could be a help. I mean, I don't know. Zoom in a little bit. Tagged in, tagged out, wham bam, thank you ma'am. Come again. Come again another day. That's called a hit and run, in case you didn't know. Hit and run like it is in poker. You get the win, you go home. You take your winnings, you get the heck out of there. You get the heck out of there. All right, we won't play. Wow, moved away from it quickly there. Look at that first touch did bang. I mean, I've not been taking the ones before 945 because I just assume the volatility is not really going to respect those levels all that much. But kind of get a little bit of less volatility after the 945. So that's why I picked that number. But all right, just moving on down here. I think we can just play it. As it gets closer, we will stop it. Whoop, too close. Let's put the order on. Gonna be looking for a short. A short it is. Woof. That came awfully close to it. That might spook me out of taking it. I mean, that came 2 points away, but for backtesting purposes, we'll leave it on. Wow. Really? Price said, not today. A little freeze action there. Lunchtime reversal? Maybe? Nope. Man, I thought for sure we'd get a trade there. Didn't happen. We're up there in the 560s. We're like 200 points away. It's insane. The Trump movement early on, you know. All right, no trade. On to the next day. Let's move this down here so we can find it. There we are. Let's see the open. Again, so far away from it. "10 a.m. news took it closer." And it's definitely making money even with the 1R. It is a little frustrating sometimes when you miss, when you miss the trades on certain days. I mean, I don't know if I'm a person who maybe can look for this. I guess after 10 a.m. you can just place the order and not worry about it, as long as it's not an FOMC day or something like that. I mean, this is so far. I mean, don't think it's coming back at all. I'm just going to go ahead and move the line up here. Move on to the next day. It's 400 points away from it. I didn't really want to. Seems kind of goofy. All right, let's play it. Just rips above. Pump the brakes there, brother. Let's get the order on. Let's get the order going. Whoop. It almost hit it. All right. Oh, man, if this misses us here. Look at that. Oh, all right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's go one more. We'll do one more. We'll do one more. All right, let's put another bar on. You guys get the idea. I mean, it's not rocket science. It's pretty easy. You mark out the level, and you go for it. All right. Okay, I don't want to miss this one. It is not quite 9:45 yet. Funny thing is, that one down there, this is funny. Let's see how it acts to that. I got a little bounce off of it. This is nothing, by the way. Ours is up there. Just one I had left on. Dylan, we're doing a little back testing right now. Not even looking at the real market. A little back test action. Listen, this is the thing about trading, guys, that people don't realize. You want to be successful, you got to be obsessed. You can't be something that, where you don't really care. You think you're gonna, you think you're gonna skate in and skate out and make money. That's just not how it's gonna work, right? You got to be obsessed. Obsessed. Test new strategies. You got to be willing to adapt. That's why people are like, oh, do you strategy hop or whatever? Not really. I mean, I use everything that I think makes me successful, right? Um, Not necessarily abandoning one thing for another, but sometimes your most profitable strategy doesn't present you with a setup, and you may know where price is going, and you just don't have a setup to get in. So you may need another way, another strategy to be able to get into that trade, right? And so that's why I do these types of things, to see like, hey, if my main strategy is not offering me what I need, then we can go to something else. Okay, so this is a unique situation here. We're a couple minutes before 9:45, and if this loses, I'll say, that I broke the rules here. But I mean, we're at a whole number here. It kinda would make sense for the first test of this whole number to hold. So, okay, and you can see it just ripped away from it, so it didn't even tag me in, so that's fine. Well, I'm just trying to get one last trade in, but it's making it difficult. This is only about a 2.5 to 3 trade per week type of setup. It's not, you're not going to get this trade every single day. So there are going to be, but here's the good news. I mean, like, you can just leave this after 10 a.m. if it's not FOMC or whatever. You can just leave this trade on. Of course, if there's some sort of, tariff tape bomb, then there's not much you can do about that. If that happens, it just happens. But if you feel comfortable enough to leave it on, leave it on. And see what happens. Oof. This must have been FOMC. You see that big pop right there at 2 o'clock? So figure the market's so slow right now anyway. All right, I'm taking this off. Too far above it. Let's take this thing off too. Move on to the next day. I'm just trying to squeeze out one more, kind of opportunity here, but it is making it rather difficult. Okay, where's the price? Right down there. All right. Let's see here. One thing that you can see that happens a lot, this is like the immediate drawn liquidity a lot, right? This is effectively a gap fill. So you can see like price is drawn to this probably 60-70% of the time, something like that. Oh, I forgot to put the order on. Don't want to do that. All right, let's go ahead and see. Going slow here because if we get to 10 a.m., I'm going to take the order off. So I don't know if there's news. So like I can't, you see what I'm saying? Like right there, I'm not going to hold it through 10 a.m. And then you can put the order back on after 10 a.m. So now we went through it, so it'll be a long. So I don't know if there's news. Like if I knew there's no news, then that might be different, but I have no idea. I tried to stop it there just to watch it, but coming into noon here. I'll zoom in a little more. Boom, boom, boom. Tagged in, tagged out. All right, let's check out the analytics here. See what we're working with. So 76% win rate, 19 out of 25. Ideal R is showing 5.98. Max R 32. So what that basically is telling us is a 1-to-1 R makes no sense here, right? You should probably be at least a 2R, at least. I would be curious to know how many trades did not make it to 2R. I would be curious. 3 wins is your average wins. Average losers 1.2. We only took one set of back-to-back losers, and that's right when we got on the stream. So, you know, we can go and look at the days of the week here. Looks like Monday and Tuesdays are the biggest struggle. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday so far have the largest win percentage. Thursday's 4 for 4. Interesting enough. Let's check out our P&Ls. And for the most part, on this strategy, I'm doing 1 trade per day. So you can see this day I took 2. This day I took 2. You're not trying to take it more than 1 test. So you see no back-to-back losing days until here. This is where we started the stream. So this week was a losing week. And then we move into March. And you can see, I mean, just very, very consistent. You're only getting, I'd say on average, I think it said 2.5 trades, or 2.27 trades per week, about 8 trades per month. So you're not getting a ton of trades out of this, right? But performance by time. So this is interesting. I'm not quite sure why this shows. Okay, let's see. I don't know why the time shows like that. We're certainly not taking trades at 6 or 7 o'clock at night. So I don't know why it's showing that. But you can see, even with a 1R, we made $1,256 in 25 trades. So not bad. I think you could certainly stretch the R out to at least 2. Keep your stop the same. You could even go 15-point stop for a 30-point winner, but I'd say 10 for 20. I mean, it's completely doable here. I don't think that. I think that's kind of what it's telling us. Maybe your win percentage slips a little. Maybe instead of 76, it's 65. But at a 2R, that's pretty solid, right? Now I like to have 6 months of data to kind of back up my back testing. So right now we're just middle of March. So we started on January the 4th, I believe, 7th. And or we got our first trade on the 7th. I did start on the 7th. So January the 7th, I would like to take this all the way up to July. So I got April, May, June, July, 3.5 more months to go. We will do a little not a follow-up video necessarily, but we will let you guys know how this turns out. If you guys enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe. If you haven't already, if you want to help support the channel, join us at 9:15 a.m. Monday through Friday. If you want to see this strategy traded, we will probably throw this into something that we're looking for. So appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you next time.